Thank you for tuning in to this video lesson. We are just solving the WASSCE 2023 paper 2. So this paper is the other paper that is also written in 2023. So by two different countries. So the first one is by another country and this one too is by a different country. So we are solving the number 1. And we are going to solve number 1 through number 8. That is all the compulsory questions in this video. So let's begin with the question 1. Given that square root of 2m minus 1 plus square root of 2m plus 1 plus 2 is equal to 0. Find the value of m. So this is a set equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one right here to the other side of the equation. Then I'll maintain this one on the left hand side. So I'm going to get something like square root of 2m plus 1 plus 2 is equal to negative square root of 2m minus 1. So I can now square both sides. Squaring both sides. So this on the left will have something like this. Square root of 2m plus 1 plus 2 times square root of 2m plus 1 plus 2 is equal to, on the right hand side we will have is equal to 2m minus 1, because when you square the negative it becomes positive. When you square this, the square root, we cancel the square. So that will give us this expression here. Now we are going to times this by this. So remember that root a times root a is equal to a. So we'll get 2m plus 1, because root 2m plus 1 plus root 2m plus 1 should give you 2m plus 1. Then we'll times this by this. So that will give us plus 2 times root 2m plus 1. Then we'll times this by this plus another 2 root 2m plus 1. So we have root 2m plus 1 plus 2 root 2m plus 1. Then we have this times this will give us plus 4 is equal to 2m minus 1. So 2 of this plus 2 of this will give us 4 of that. And the 2m will cancel the 2m here. Then we have 1 plus 4 here, so we are going to get 5. So we get 4 root 2m plus 1 plus 5 is equal to negative 1. Now I can send a 5 to this to the other side, so that we'll get 4 root 2m plus 1 is equal to negative 6. We can divide through by 4 by 4. So we get square root of 2m plus 1 is equal to negative 3 over 2. Now we can square both sides to remove the square root. So squaring both sides, we will get this will now cancel this. So we have 2m plus 1 is equal to 9 over 4. So 2m, we can multiply through by 8 by 4 to get 8m here plus 4 is equal to 9. So we have 8m is equal to 9 minus 4. So 8m will be equal to 5. Therefore, dividing both sides by 8, we get m equal 5 over 8. Now let's come to the second question. But before we begin, I would like to plead with you to kindly subscribe to this channel. And thank you so much for doing so. Wow, so let's look at the second question. Find the derivative of y equal 4x squared minus 2 with respect to x from first principle. So we have different notation for first principle. I'm going to use this one. which is a bit easier to recollect. dy dx is equal to limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So now f of x is the y, so which is 4x squared minus 2. Now f of x plus h, wherever we see x, we put x plus h. So dy dx will now be equal to limit as h approaches 0 of 4 the bracket x plus h all squared minus 2, then minus f of x, which is 4x squared minus 2. So all over h. So we have to make sure that we simplify to obtain limit as h approaches 0 of 4x squared, okay, 4 into bracket x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2. Then we have minus 4x squared here plus 2 all over h. So let me expand this one too as well. So we have limit as h approaches 0 of 4x squared plus 8xh plus 4h squared minus 2 minus 4x squared plus 2 all over h. So this 4x squared will cancel this 4x squared. These 2 cancel this negative 2. So we have 8xh. And so this will give us limit as h approaches 0 of, we factor 4h out. 4h out. Okay, let me just factor h out. So factor h out into brackets 8x then plus 4h all over h. So this h will cancel this. So our dy dx will be equal to limit as h approaches 0, limit as h approaches 0 of 8x plus 4h. So as h approaches 0, dy dx will be equal to 8x plus 4 times 0. So that will give us 8x. So that is dy dx for you. Here we have the third question. We have to solve the determinant of the matrix equal the determinant of another matrix. We have to solve for x. So remember the determinant, you multiply the leading diagonal and subtract it from the product of the minor diagonal. So we have 3x here, and 5 minus 2x minus, we have 4x into bracket 2 minus x is equal to, so this times this, we have x into bracket 3 minus 2x minus, and this times this, 2x into bracket 4 plus x. So let's go. This times this will give us 15x. Again, this times this will give us minus 6x squared. And negative 4 times 2 give us minus negative 8x. And negative 4 times this will give us plus 4x squared. Then we come here, 3x. This time this will give us minus 2x squared. And minus another 8x here. Then this and this will give us minus 2x squared again. So grouping the times, let's group the times on the left hand side. So on the right hand side, so I'm moving the 6 here. I have 6x squared over here. Then minus 4x squared here. Well, this one has moved. Then already we have this and this, another minus 4x squared. Then we have 8x will come here, plus 8x minus 8x. Then we have 15x here, so minus 15x. Then what else? Minus 3x. Good. So we have 0 here. So let's simplify. This needs to give us minus 8x squared. Then this needs to give us 6x squared. So 6x squared minus 8x squared will give us negative 2x squared. Then this and this will give us 0. So minus 18x. So this is the same as I'm bringing this one to this side. I will get 2x squared. Then plus 18x equals 0. So I can factor 2x out. Then we have x plus 6 inside equals 0. So either 2x equals 0 or x plus 6 equals 0. So that will give us x equals 0 or x equal negative 6. Good. Question number 4. If k combination 2 is equal to 36, find the value of k. Okay, so k combination 2. Remember the factorial and the combination formula. Remember that n combination r is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial. Then we have r factorial. So if we have k combination 2 is equal to 36, then we have k factorial over k minus 2 factorial times 2 factorial is equal to 36. So we can rewrite this so that we get k minus 2 factorial in it. So k times k minus 1 into bracket k minus 2 factorial. It continues, but we end here for the sake of k minus 2 factorial in the denominator, because we know that it will surely cancel it for us nicely. So we are left with 36 equal that. So we can multiply this 2 by 36, then we expand this. K squared minus k is equal to 72. So we have to get a quadratic equation. K minus k minus 72 is equal to 0. So we have two numbers that we multiply, we get 72, negative 72. And when we add them, we get negative. Let's see 9 and 8. So that will be 8 minus 9. So k squared minus 8. K squared minus 9 k plus 8k minus 72 equals 0. So we have k into brackets k minus 9, then we have plus 8 outside k minus 9 equals 0. So you have either k plus 8 equals 0 or k minus 9 equals 0. So k is either equal to negative 8 or k equal 9. But combination is defined for positive numbers, positive integers. So therefore k is equal to 9. That is the value of k. A survey conducted revealed that 3 out of every 20 students in a school has toothache. If 6 students are selected at random, calculate correct 4 decimal places the probability that at least 5 students have toothache. Okay, so we have 3 out of 20 students. So this is a binomial probability. Our P will be equal to 3 out of 20, and our Q is equal to 1 minus 3 out of 20, which is equal to 17 over 20. Then our N is 6. then our n is 6, and what else? Good. Our n is equal to 6. Now we have to calculate probability that at least we have 5 students that are having toothache. So remember the formula for binomial probability. P of x equal r is equal to n combination r, p exponent r, q exponent n minus r. So we have this for x greater than or equal to 5, because they say at least 5 students. Then either we have exactly 5 or exactly 6, and we add them. So this will give us, we substitute x equal 5 into this formula, and that will give us this expression. For this one, to substitute x equals 6. So remember, 6 combination 5 is the same as 6. So you're going to get 6 times 3 over 20 exponent 5. Then 6 times 6 is 1. 6 combination 6 is 1. Then this one to 17 exponents, 17 over 20 exponent 0 is so 1. So we are going to get times 17 over 20. So 6 combination 6 is 1, so plus 1 times, this will become 1 again. So we have 3 exponent 6, 3 over 20 exponent 6. So when we simplify this, we will get something like this: 0.00398671875. And to 4 decimal places, we will get 0.0004. Thank you so much. Now let's see the question number 6. The mean of 4, 7, x, y, 18, and 21 is 12. When y is removed from the distribution, the mean becomes 12 whole number 3 over 5. Find the value of x and y. So given these numbers, we're given that the mean is 20. The mean is 12. So we need to add from the definition of mean. Mean is given by summation of, so mean is given by summation of all the x values of the number of items. So we're given that the mean is 12. So 12 will be equal to summation of all the numbers: 4 plus 7 plus x plus y plus 18 plus 21 all over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all over 6. So we move on. 6 times 12, 6 times 66, 11, 66, 6, 12, 72. So 72 is equal to 4 plus 7 is 13. So let me use the calculator. Oh, yeah. So we have 11 plus 18 plus 21. That will give us 50. So 50 plus x plus y. So it means that x plus y will equal to 72 minus 50, which is equal to 22. So we can call this equation 1. Then again, we're told that when y is removed from the distribution, the mean becomes 12 whole number 3 over 5. So when we remove y from the distribution, you are left with f4 plus 7 plus x plus 18 plus 21 all over 5 is equal to 12 whole number 3 over 5, which is 12.6. So still we have 50 plus x is equal to 5 times 12.6. and 5 times 12.6 will give us 63. So straight ahead, we have x equals 63 minus 50. Therefore, x is equal to 13. So if x is equal to 13, then x plus y is equal to 22, meaning that 13 plus y is equal to 22. So y is equal to 22 minus 13. And 22 minus 13 will give us 22 minus 13 is 9. So therefore x equal 13, y is equal to 9. A ball is thrown vertically upwards with a velocity of 10 meters per second from a point 75 meters above the ground. So from this question, we have to calculate the velocity with which it hits the ground, which is the final velocity. We don't know it, but we're given the initial velocity u equal 10 meters per second. Sorry, 10 meters per second. And we also have s to be equal to 75 meters, which is negative displacement, negative 75 meters. So velocity v squared will be equal to u squared plus 2as from the equation of motion. So we have to substitute these values. So we have 10 squared plus 2a, which is acceleration due to gravity, and that is usually given as 10 or 9.8. So I'm going to use 10 in this case because they didn't give me anything. So times s negative 75. So acceleration due to gravity should be negative 10. So we have v squared will be equal to 100 plus 20 times 75. 20 times 75. That will give us 1,500. 1,500. So we have 1,600. V squared is equal to 1,600. So we take square root of both sides, positive square root. So V will be equal to 40 meters per second. Question number 7. But before we start solving question number 8, please kindly subscribe to this channel for me. And I'm grateful for you doing that for me. And also, I would like you to share. Click the share button and share on social media with your colleagues. You have to find correct two decimal places the magnitude of the resultant of the vectors. So the resultant of the vectors, we need to add all the vectors p plus q plus r, but we have to resolve them. So we have 12 cos 150 degrees, then we have 12 sine 150 degrees, then we add it to this one, 20 cos 180 degrees, then we have 20 sine 180 degrees, then finally this one, 15 cos 300 degrees, then we have 15 sine 300 degrees. So let's go. 12 cos 50. 12. Make sure that your calculator is set to degree mode before you type these values. So that will give you negative 10.3923. Then 12 sine 150 give me 6. Then we add it to 20 cos 180. That will give us negative 20. Then sine 120 0. Then we add it to 15 cos 300. That will give us 7.5. Then 15 sine 300 will give us negative 12.9904. So we add all of these by addition of factors, we get negative 10.3923 minus 20 plus 7.5. That will give us negative 22.8923. And when we add all this, 6 minus 12.9904, that will give us negative 6.9904. So the magnitude of this vector will be given by the x component squared plus the y component squared. So that will give us, so negatives, I'm just punching everything on the calculator, but you have to show like one step more. 8 points, negative 22.8923 all squared plus 6.9904 all squared. So that will give us 23.93, 23.9358, which is equal to 23.942 2 decimal places newtons. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video where we'll continue the solution of this paper.